everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, then welcome to you. What I'm going to be doing today is doing the monthly reads for November 2019, and the star sign I am going to be reading for is Leo. The cards that I am going to be using today, guys, I will put the names in the description box below. I pre-shuffle and meditate on the cards before starting, so that allows me then to do my little bit of added poetry for those who are new to the channel, but those obviously who are my regulars will know the format on that. So the poetry is on this card here, and I'll keep that last to read. I also try and do a message for the collective for the star signs, and also try and do an element of the romantic side also. So without further ado then, guys, I'm just going to get on with the reading for my lovely Leos for November. So the first card that came out, guys, was the Nurture card, and that came out with Field of Dreams and the Spark card. Now the message for my lovely Leos then going into November is about nurturing yourself. Some of my Leos as well can be reflecting on a lot of things that have gone on recently. I'm going to start on the romantic side of things first, guys, for this reading. And with the Nurture card here, I just feel that I'm picking up with some of my Leos who are a little bit withdrawn and a little bit within themselves. Basically, I just feel some of my Leos out there don't have self-worth, don't have any confidence, especially when they're going out with friends on a social scene. Because with this card here, with the Field of Dreams, it was more of the picture that I was picking up on here. I felt like this was a social aspect, and it could also be even in a workplace, where I feel that some of my Leos feel like they're just out on a limb. But on the romantic side of things, when people are out and about in a social collective, I feel that some of my Leos I was picking up with, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I just felt like I picked up with a person who, when they're out and about with their friends, they don't feel like they're confident in what they're wearing. They don't feel confident enough to be getting out there where the others are, you know, having a laugh and a joke with male and females in a collective, in social environment. They're the type of person who will just sit up a corner in an alcove and just hold on to their drink and keep their head down, don't feel comfortable in their own skin. And this is why the message was coming in for the Leo, saying it's about nurturing yourself here, guys, for November. It's sort of going within, but trying to heal yourself, because you stand in the front of the mirror and you look at yourself and you just think, I'm not good enough, I'm not attractive enough to, you know, attract a partner. And this is the vibe I was picking up with some of my Leos for this month. And also with the Spark card as well, we've got a female here playing a violin. Now this is a message to these people who are standing in the mirror and looking at themselves thinking, you know, they're not good looking enough, and they feel not so attractive as their other friends who they're out and about with. And it's a message here to say you need to start to love yourself, because having the hearts here, guys, on this card, okay, and the person's holding a violin, it's like playing your own tune, okay, follow your, like, listen to your own, well, like playing your own tune is to say that you need to get the confidence back. And it doesn't matter if you feel, you know, if you're with people out and about and you've got to lose this, I need to inspire myself to be more like them. No, you don't. At the end of the day, we're all individual people. We've all got our own little quirks and personalities, and we should never have to change who we are, okay? So that to me was like, play to your own tune, play to the own tune of your heart, and start giving yourself some more self-love. You need to start healing yourself, and that's why the Nurture card came out for Leos. This is both on the collective and on the romantic side, but the nurturing on the romantic side is getting this self-love back, okay? You don't need to feel like this when you're out and about. And like I say, it could even be people that are in a work collective. And with the picture here on the field of dreams, it's like the person's wishing or thinking to themselves, I really wish I could be like them. You know, they're so confident when they're out and about and they're flirting with people, you know, and you're sitting there just sitting up a corner holding on to your drink thinking, why can't I be like them? Why can't I, you know, wear my makeup like them, or wear clothes that, you know, and they always get, you know, they get the eye off other people and that, and here's me, and you just sort of want to blend in, okay? You just want to blend in into the shadows. And this is what I was picking up. Like I say, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I desperately needed to get a message over to somebody who may be feeling like this, okay? And it can span into the workplace as well, where you just get your head down. You don't tend to socialise with the other people in your office, you know, because you don't feel like you've got enough self-worth. You don't feel confident enough, guys. You don't feel confident enough in yourself to, you know, put yourself out in that collective. So you've got all these people here, you know, having a good time in a party, or having a good time and a laugh and a joke at work, and you seem to like put yourself out because you don't have the confidence, and you just get your head down. And this is what I'm feeling as I was reading the cards for some of my Leos this month, especially on the romantic side, not feeling good enough, you know, not having the confidence enough to step out and put themselves on centre stage, because that felt to me like in the spotlight, you know, putting yourself on centre stage, and you haven't got the confidence to do that. And this is the message for Leos, if you're feeling like this for the month of November. You've got to start playing to your own tune, guys, listening, you know, to say, and to start loving yourself for the person you are. Because as I said before, you don't have to try and inspire to be like anyone. You're good enough yourself, okay? You are your own individual person, and everybody have got, you know, beauty at the end of the day is only skin deep, okay? So never ever, whatever environment you may find yourself in, never ever feel like you're not as you know, it's not as good as anybody else that you're with, okay? So the next two cards that came out was the rigid and the beauty, and this is again going on along the lines of these people, okay, whoever I'm, you know, tuning in with, where they do put up these brick walls, they do put up these barriers. And it's just to say that because they do this, they can't allow the light, the better things to come in. So some of my Leos are their own worst enemy, okay? It's to the fact that sometimes you might have your mate say to you, oh, we're going out, you know, the so-and-so party this weekend, or there's this going on in a work collective, you know, we've got a meeting and we're taking it socially afterwards. And it's the kind of an excuse. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't come, you know. That these excuses come out because, one, you don't feel like you don't feel comfortable in your own skin, you don't feel comfortable in the clothes you wear, you don't feel attractive enough, you don't feel confident enough. So you put these brick walls up, okay? You put these barriers up to stop the good, to keep you away from enjoying yourself, because the light in this card to me is like the happy, good times, okay? Because you put this brick wall up, guys, and, you know, it's like you're perched here, sort of between thinking, should I go? Should I say yes? Oh no, I'll just stop on, you know, behind the brick wall. I feel safer. This is like your comfort zone, Leo, on these people that I'm picking up. And because you're keeping yourself behind this brick wall, behind this barrier, you're missing all the good things that you should be getting involved in, okay? So the message for you, Leo, for November is you've got to learn to shine. You've got to learn to, as I said, start loving yourself, because, as I said to you before, beauty is only skin deep. So you've got to allow your own light to shine. You've got to start to lessen this brick wall, these barriers that you put up. So when somebody says to you, okay, especially with the party seasons coming in, guys, later on in the year in December, when a lot of things go on socially through work and everything else, where you have had this rigid pattern recently before trying to get out of these social events because you don't feel, you know, comfortable, you don't feel confident enough to mix with people, then the message is saying here, try and build up this confidence now. Try and break this brick wall down that you put up consciously yourself, okay? To allow yourself and your own true beauty to shine, guys. Because, you know, as I said, no one should ever feel, you know, be made to feel they are, you know, not good enough to be mixing with your friends or your work colleagues, okay? And it could be, it's like I say, it's when we get people like this who have this lack of worth, lack of self-confidence, then it is what you manifest in your own mind. When you look in the mirror, okay, when you look at the mirror and you look at yourself and you think, you know, I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I'm ugly, I'm not attractive, my hair's not right, I can't get my makeup right, you know, I don't feel as confident around in my, you know, in the environment, in the social scene with my friends, because you're feeling like this. But that's your own perception, okay? That is your own perception of you in that mirror, okay? So your friends who, you know, who invite you out to these social events, these friends of yours, believe me, they see you in a total different light. They would not think to, you know, for 1 minute to say that you're ugly or you're not wearing the right clothes, because they accept you for who you are, okay? So this is what I was picking up with some of the Leos here, with this lack of confidence going into November. It's about looking in that mirror and accepting and believing in who you are. Yeah, I am, you know, I am me. This is my skin, and I need to learn to love myself and gain the confidence back and stop saying, you know, making excuses. No, I'm sorry, I can't go to, I can't make that social event. So it's just about saying, looking and nurturing your inner beauty, okay? Because once you start to heal and love yourself, guys, that even starts to transcend on the outside, okay? So that's what I wanted to say on this. So then we have Page of Air that came out with the Temptation card. And the temptation was more or less to say, you're tempted all the time to say this, I'm sorry, I can't make it, I'm sorry, I can't do that social event, okay? And then this is like, you know, you feeling a little bit of despair really within yourself to keep saying, God, I wish I really could go out, you know, I wish I could go out there and shine for who I really am. And you can, but you've just got to get over this lack of self-worth for yourself, okay? It's about learning to love yourself, guys. So don't have the temptation here of being in these rigid patterns, being in this rigid, yeah, I'll stay behind my brick wall, my safety cushion, you know, my barriers. But it's just saying you're blocking the light out, you're blocking for your own enjoyment, okay? And with the temptation card here, this symbolises here the gold shining. Again, you're just missing the golden opportunities that you just keep blocking yourself from, okay? So that's what I picked up there. And then with the last card that came out, it's got hope is the conduit for miracles, but it was more of the picture here. Yeah, there is hope for you guys, just to say that, you know, get into this pattern now of putting the guards down, standing in front of that mirror, knowing that you are, you know, you've got your self-love, your confidence, and allow that to grow. And that's what I felt here with the plant here growing. And it was just saying, with the full moon, it's to end a cycle, to break a cycle, guys, okay? Because as we came in with the first card, it was a new moon. So going into November, Leo, for who this resonates with, it's saying it's a new phase, a new cycle, that you need to break old patterns, okay? And, you know, you need to have the hope and understanding that you can start to enjoy yourself a little bit more, come out of your shell a little bit more, okay? And with the page of air here, it's about embracing who you are, embracing the person and standing in your own power and believing in you, okay? So this is what I was feeling on one side of the reading, guys, for Leo this month. So I hope, like I say, it's not going to resonate with everybody, that isn't, but I was just so passionately, you know, had a message for someone who may be feeling like this, having no self-love for them. But the message, guys, if that is yourselves, then it's just saying, you know, none of this, no more of this keeping yourself out of the mainframe of your social scene or your work scene or whatever it is. It's just to start building up your confidence here and start chipping away at that brick wall that you put up to protect yourself. And I understand it, you know, some people do find it hard to mix with people, but it's just saying you're missing so many golden opportunities, guys, that you know, that's what the message is on that side for this month. Then on the collective side, then going in, as I said, the nurture card here is covering both sides of the aspect as well as the collective. So the message, guys, for Leo going into November, it's about some of my Leos may be reflecting a little bit as well on their whole life in general, looking at all the aspects at the moment of things that haven't been serving them and letting go, just having a bit of a declutter really, whether that's on a friend's basis as well, because having the birds here in the back of this scene, it's, to me, it's like taking flight, allow things, you know, releasing things around you, Leo, in November, reflecting on things really, reflecting on different situations that have gone on at the start of the year, reflecting on people that have come in and out of your life as well. So it's about nurturing, again, yourself and your own environment. And with the Field of Dreams, okay, and the Spark card that came out, again, I just felt with this one, some of my Leos may have some plans hatching here. Now, this could be to do with some of my Leos might be thinking of starting a business, okay, and I just felt that I was picking up a lot of creativity, a lot of ideas. Also, some of my Leos might be having thoughts about moving as well, moving away, okay. So with the Spark card then on the collective, I felt again this was the nurturing card came in because some of my Leos need to be following and listening to their own tune as well, and this is why I felt that some of my Leos were looking to start their own business, okay. I felt it was a passion or something, a creative, you know, even to the fact that some of you out there might be thinking of even starting your own YouTube channels up, okay. It's like something that it's a creativity idea that you've just got in the first infancy stages of hatching these things, these ideas that some of my Leos have got going on in their head at the moment. And it's about for you to take centre stage in November, for you to start playing and listening to your own tune from your inner voice, okay? And taking centre stage for you. Because I do feel that the Leos for most of the year have been tending and nurturing to others, and this is about the message of now you've got to allow the time going into November to start doing things for you. And as I said, reflecting as well. My Leos need to reflect on, because having this pool of water here, and like she's sort of like looking into the pool of water as a reflection, it's like a reflection on everything that's gone on in the previous months, and it's about a realisation as well, where there may be something comes up in November. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but I just feel there's a Leo out there who is going to sort of get this realisation that a friend who was supposed to have been a friend has sort of done something behind their back. Okay, a little bit of dishonesty there, a little bit of gossip behind your back, and you've actually found out, because in here, in this card here, there's a darker egg in this picture. So I do feel that it's just somebody who's been a little bit shady, okay, and you've found this information out. So that's going to, like I say, not going to resonate with everybody, but I just wanted to bring that aspect in, that some of my Leos may have been reflecting and realising that a friend who was supposed to be a friend has been a little bit deceitful behind their back, okay? And I do feel that could have been in a work collective, where that's sort of stemming on that something happened in a work collective where somebody's bad-mouthed you really, and then you've heard about it, okay? So again, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I have to just feed the information, guys, of what I get coming, because obviously when you're reading for a large collective of people on YouTube, then it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I'll try and get as much information in as I possibly can, hopefully that you can take something away with it. So with the collective again then, this is here is just to say that it's analysing, as I said, as we came in, reflecting on some of the things. And Leos in general tend to have this already inbuilt safeguarding mechanism where they will put the walls up. And as I said, because things have sort of come to light in November, or just in the last couple of weeks before we've gone into November, about these people or this person that some of my Leos have felt a little bit of unjust really, then you have put your barriers up, okay? And in order to, because you've put your barriers up, this allows you the time then to do your reflection and just work out basically where you need to go from here, okay? So with the rose card, this is just symbolising you standing in your own power, allowing yourself to shine for you now going into November, allowing the time for yourself to follow what you want to do. And as I said, time for getting rid of those people who no longer serve you. It may be that I was picking up with some Leos who were looking to move away, because I just felt here isolation as well, about actually moving. I picked up with some of my Leos, but it's all basically the whole message for November, guys, for my Leos is you need to stand in your own power, allow the time to start working on what's going to be serving you now and getting rid of any dead wood. You know, if you're in an environment, whether that's work, a relationship, or you live in accommodation that's not serving you and you're not happy there anymore, in that relationship, job or area where you're living, it's time to get your guards up, analyse what's going on and get yourself out of there, okay? So then with the Page of Air and the Temptation card here for my collective, the Page of Air again is just standing there in your own power and analysing. It's like analysing and asking the universe for guidance really, because we have to send out our thoughts for things to manifest. So as I said, the whole message for November for Leo is this nurturing, this self-love, this self-healing, this realisation of, finding out friends aren't being friends to you, and it's just taking the time out to stand in your own power and start to manifest and bring in now what you want in your life, guys. So with this card here, okay, for the collective, again, it's just, this person is just totally, it's like a fallen angel, okay? It's like a fallen angel, but that's to do with the fact that you've been doing too much for others, and now this is saying like it's time to find the time to take for yourself, okay? Because opportunities are going to be coming into you, Leo, and this maybe reflecting on when I started the reading, saying some of my Leos have got some plans hatching to go into some self-employed businesses, to start up some creativity, and you know, this will be a good step because it's going to bring money your way for some of my Leos. And then I've got the big heart here again for the whole message. It's about self-love, giving yourself the time and finding self-love for you. Okay, so with the temptation card, it's just don't get tempted back into old patterns. Okay, don't get tempted. It's about don't be tempted in letting other people rule your life, because this is what I feel with some of my Leos. They're always there for others, okay, but then there's, you know, when you're feeling at your lowest, then you do question, well, where's the people here for me? Okay, and this is what I was feeling here. It's like also with the apple, it was like going along the message of finding the realisation that there's a bad apple within your collective friends. Okay, so that matches up with what I was saying with the bad egg, with the bad apple as well. So I just feel like there's a realisation here for some of my Leos who was so just believe that this person was such a good friend, and that's why you're a little bit in despair to find out that, you know, you couldn't really believe that this person had gone behind your back and said these horrible things about you. Okay, like I said, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I have to try and get as many scenarios as I can that I'm picking up with the messages. So that was what I was feeling there. And then with the hope is conduit for miracles, okay, then this is what I was saying about putting your messages out, guys, to the universe. So for the month of November, try and start manifesting and hoping and putting that thought process out there, because, you know, for things to start to come into our lives, we have to put the message out there into the universe for things to start to come in and grow for us. And, you know, miracles do happen. Things do, our wishes and dreams, you know, do come true, but we have to just put the message out there, guys. So just a quick recap then on both sides. I had some of my Leos here. I was picking up with some of my Leos that had lost confidence in the person who they were, so that when they go out and about with friends, they tend to isolate themselves from the main frame. They'll give an excuse to their friends: I can't come out, I can't make that social event. And so I was picking up with some Leos there who needed to start the self-love and nurturing yourself, okay, for the month of November. I had some of the Leos who had some great plans hatching, whether that's self-employed jobs, maybe changing jobs, okay, but it was just things in your head, ideas, creativity. As I said, some of you might be thinking of starting your own YouTube channels, okay. And then we had the aspect as well where some of my Leos will be finding out information where there was a so-called good friend, and you've actually found out that they were actually a bad apple, a bad egg, who've been talking about you behind your back, and that has knocked you sideways a little bit. So your guards have come up, guys. You know, you're here on your brick wall here, just picking the bones out of every situation that's gone on over the last few months. It's about reassessing, guys. It's about reassessing your life on a wide aspect here going into November, whether that is, as I said, some of you may be moving, thinking of selling up and moving away because you're not happy in where you're living as well. And it's basically, you know, going behind your safety guards here and just sorting the wheat out from the chaff, really, so that you can go forward in December feeling a lot more grounded as well. Because I just feel some of my Leos are way off balance, and it's about giving time back for you, because you've done so much for other people again and exhausted yourself by being there for others. Then take the message, guys, for the collective for November, that you have to allow time for yourself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick one of my ribbons out here. And I've got a bag full here of loads of different ribbons, so I'm just going to have a delve in and see what we get with the ribbons as well, because I do pick things up from colours and everything else. So let's have a look what we've got here for my lovely Leos. So here, it's having the red on the outside of this ribbon. This was just like the warning signal. This is the warning signal here about, if you're not aware at the moment, with my message when I was saying just be careful about somebody who you think's a so-called friend. It's just to have this red flag, because I feel like this edge here is a red flag, okay? Just to warn you there, as you go into November, to be mindful that there may be some information that's being said about you behind your back. And then having the lovely gold thread here, this is where there's going to be an invitation again for those people who quite easily say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make that party, I can't make that social gathering. But here there's a lovely invitation coming in for Leos, and I believe at the end of November going into December, and it's just saying, guys, on this occasion, go for this invitation, attend that party, whatever it is, and just the whole colour in itself, the pink is the colour for love. So the whole of this reading, guys, was just saying about self-love, okay? So that ribbon couldn't have been a perfect ribbon to have pulled out. And what I'm going to do as well is, you're having it all this month, Leo, see, getting like everything here. So I thought I'd do my charms as well as the ribbon. So as you know, I've got a load of little charms in here. So I'm just going to have a little shake around, Leo, and have a look what we've got here for you. Okay. And we have here, it's an actual bone, that is, okay, like a dog's bone. So here, this reflects about picking down to the bones of things, getting down to the bones of situations, okay? So as I said to you in the reading, as I was reading along, your whole life in general, you need to pick it apart, get straight down to the bones of the nitty-gritty of what's not serving you anymore, okay? So that's why that charm's come out here. The actual, it's like a dog's bone, that is. So on both sides, for the people who I said hadn't got the confidence, and raising the barriers up and saying no, I'm not going to go to that social event. Here, it's for you, it's getting your backbone, okay, getting your backbone, and getting the confidence and your backbone to go and have the confidence to go out in social aspects, okay? So that's why the bones come out for both of you on that, which makes perfect sense, really. Like I say, picking the bones on the collective, getting into the nitty-gritty of what no longer serves you, picking the bones of a friendship, because as I said, I feel that some of my Leos are going to hear something behind the scenes being said about you, and it's then picking the bones, then getting to the truth of whether you need to cut this person out of your life. So yeah, my lovelies, what I'm going to do now is just finish this reading up for November with my little bit of added poetry for you. And the words I had come through to me were: time to nurture and tend to the passions of your heart. The darkness that you feel safe in, light will slowly start to shine on areas of your life to try and make you see. You have all you need at your fingertips, so start and believe. So embrace the empty void from all the hurts of life. Make something beautiful grow, so release worry and strife. So yeah, it's about releasing, it is about releasing worry and strife, especially on the person who's got no confidence in who they are, okay? And it's embracing empty voids from all the hurts of life, because I do feel that, these people who haven't got the confidence, they do feel that they've been hurt in the past, maybe by comments said by people. But as I said to you, if you're ever out and about or you ever hear anything said about you, then just ignore it, okay? That's somebody else's perception, and we don't need these kind of people in our lives. And that's why I said you need to pick the bones of who is true to you and who isn't, okay? So the darkness that you feel safe in, light will slowly start to shine, and it will, guys. Okay, with the ribbon itself, with this lovely pink colour here, then that is self-love. And you know, once you start to love yourself, then things will start to, you know, you start to attract better things into your life. Having the confidence to stand in your own power and believe in you. At the end of the day, it's about believing in you and doing things for you. Okay, none of this running ragged for other people, who then, when you need help, there's nobody there for you. It's about taking stock and picking the bones of everything. So my lovely Leos, I hope you can take something away from that reading for November, and I hope you do have a good November. And for those who have the invitations come through, please, you know, accept those invitations and get your sparkly shoes on, or your best leather brogues or whatever, and just go out there and enjoy yourself. And you don't have to be dolled up to the nines, just be you. As long as you're there, okay, your spirit and essence is there within that party collective, that's good enough for anybody, guys. So yeah, look after yourselves, and I'll look forward to reading to you next time. Take care then, bye.